Corey Harrison's shocking fall from fame. Corey Harrison, once a beloved television personality and staple of the hit reality series Pawn Stars, now finds himself at the heart of one of the most jaw-dropping scandals in modern entertainment history. Once adored for his down-to-earth charm, relatable demeanor, and sharp negotiating skills inside his family's Las Vegas pawn shop, Corey's image has been completely shattered following a federal investigation that unearthed his deep entanglement in a criminal empire. The once fan favorite who represented the American dream is now serving life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, an unimaginable fall from grace that has left fans reeling. The courtroom verdict wasn't just a sentence, it was the burial of a legacy millions had come to trust. Behind that charismatic smile and the haggling over antiques lay a man orchestrating high-stakes, illegal transactions that went far beyond the shop's doors. As federal agents uncovered layer upon layer of evidence, it became clear Corey was no pawn in someone else's scheme. He was a central figure, actively managing the laundering of millions, coordinating with criminal networks, and most disturbingly implicated in human trafficking. Viewers who once laughed with Corey and admired his hustle now ask, how did this man who stood beside his father on TV become the architect of such dark dealings? His conviction has not only collapsed his future, but has sent a ripple effect across the entertainment industry, begging a chilling question: how much of what we see on television is real, and how much is a carefully constructed illusion? If you're stunned by this revelation and believe stories like this must be told, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. This is only the beginning. Tap that notification bell to stay informed as we expose more hidden truths behind your favorite TV figures. And if you think this story is as shocking as we do, hit that like button. It helps more people uncover the truth. Still with us? Then subscribe right now for more real stories the media won't tell you. The FBI's 16-month deep investigation. The downfall of Corey Harrison wasn't a sudden crash. It was the culmination of a 16-month-long FBI investigation that began with a routine financial audit and escalated into one of the most explosive criminal probes in Las Vegas history. Federal agents, digging deep into the financial records of the gold and silver pawn shop, began to uncover a pattern of discrepancies too significant to ignore. Transactions that defied logic, large cash deposits without supporting documentation, and encrypted communications that hinted at something far more sinister. What they found went far beyond money laundering. It was a sprawling criminal web spanning state lines, involving stolen artifacts, illicit weapons, and shocking links to human trafficking. Corey wasn't just involved, he was managing the show behind the scenes. Evidence-mounted emails coded in encryption, surveillance footage confirming illegal meetings, and testimonies from whistleblowers brave enough to risk it all. The scale of the operation was so vast, it shocked even seasoned federal investigators. This wasn't just a side hustle gone wrong, it was a full-blown empire of crime hidden behind a family business that millions trusted. To keep getting exposed details like this, make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. We dig deeper than the headlines. Want to support real reporting? A quick like or share can go a long way. The more people know, the less power corruption has. And if this revelation shook your faith in reality TV, hit subscribe right now. We're not done yet. The raids that changed everything. The turning point came on a quiet morning when the FBI executed simultaneous raids on several Harrison-owned properties, including Rick Harrison's luxurious Las Vegas mansion. But what they found wasn't just a paper trail, it was a treasure trove of incriminating evidence. Behind designer walls, beneath the mansion's wine cellar, inside hidden rooms that no guest ever saw, agents discovered encrypted laptops, financial ledgers, and evidence detailing dark transactions, some linking directly to the disappearance of individuals trafficked across state lines. These weren't isolated incidents. The documents revealed a coordinated multi-million-dollar laundering scheme that tied the family to global criminal networks. Investigators unearthed evidence of arms dealings, human exploitation, and black market artifact sales, all conducted through a business America once saw as wholesome. The imagery of armed agents storming a home, once celebrated on national television, stunned the public. In that instant, the Harrison family was no longer just a reality TV dynasty. They were prime suspects in a criminal underworld that spanned continents. It was a moment that erased years of public trust in a single brutal hour. Don't miss more shocking revelations like this. Subscribe now and join a growing community of viewers demanding truth behind the fame. Tap that bell so you're the first to know when the next piece of the puzzle drops. The trial that gripped a nation. Corey Harrison's trial was more than a legal proceeding. It was a nationwide spectacle that exposed the rot behind the glossy lens of television. Inside a packed courtroom, federal agents laid out their case with unrelenting precision. Testimony after testimony, from whistleblower employees to surveillance experts, unraveled Corey's role not just as a participant, but as a manager of high-level criminal logistics. He wasn't just signing deals, he was instructing, coordinating, laundering, and covering tracks. The defense tried to deflect, painting Corey as a misguided son, manipulated by his father, Rick. But the evidence told another story. Encrypted messages confirming meetings with known traffickers, financial documents tracking the flow of untraceable money, and digital forensics confirming Corey's digital signature on multiple illicit deals. The defense collapsed under the weight of irrefutable proof. As the media live-blogged every update, the public's opinion swung from confusion to betrayal. Corey was no longer America's pawnshop prince. He had become the face of deception. And as the world watched, one question echoed louder than the rest. How deep did this conspiracy go? If you're still watching, don't forget to subscribe. More truth is coming, and it's only getting darker. Human trafficking at the core. What truly horrified the public wasn't just the money. It was the lives destroyed. The trial revealed Corey Harrison's connection to human trafficking, with evidence showing he played a direct role in facilitating the transport and exploitation of vulnerable individuals, including women and minors. Using the pawnshop as a financial front, Corey coordinated payments to international traffickers, disguising horrific crimes behind antique sales and cash loans. The court was shown encrypted chats where Corey discussed the inventory, a code word for human lives. Prosecutors revealed heartbreaking details: victims lured under the guise of employment, only to be sold into labor or worse. This wasn't a distant crime ring. It was orchestrated under the bright lights of a TV show watched by families every week. Corey's name, once synonymous with humor and hospitality, was now etched in horror. For viewers who once cheered him on, the betrayal was beyond words. He had turned a family legacy into a human tragedy. If stories like this make your blood boil, hit the subscribe button and help us shine light where others look away. Rick Harrison's silent collapse. Throughout the trial, Rick Harrison, once the respected patriarch of the pawnshop, remained eerily silent. His name wasn't on the sentencing, but the shadow of suspicion followed him relentlessly. As more evidence pointed to long-running illegal activities, questions flooded social media. How could Rick not know? Was he turning a blind eye, or was he pulling strings behind the curtain? The mansion he built, the show he ran, the empire he created, all now stained by scandal. Rick never testified, never defended his son, never gave clarity. His silence became its own form of guilt. Fans who once saw him as a symbol of hard-earned success now viewed him with skepticism. The media turned against him, and the court of public opinion was unmerciful. Behind the scenes, financial investigations began targeting Rick's personal assets, suggesting his role may have been far deeper than he let on. The empire he built with pride was falling apart, and with each headline, more of it crumbled. To follow the fall of Rick Harrison and what comes next, subscribe now and don't miss the unraveling truth. Pawn Star's image ruined forever. Once a heartwarming show about family and business, Pawn Stars is now forever linked to criminal scandal. The very shop where Corey and Rick once made jokes and wheeled deals has become a crime scene in the minds of viewers. The shop's history, once romanticized as a symbol of American hustle, now reeks of betrayal. The show's producers, network execs, and loyal fanbase are grappling with the same question: how did no one see this coming? Did the cameras blind them to reality, or were signs ignored in favor of ratings? Ratings that now mean nothing, as sponsors flee, reruns are pulled, and brand partnerships dissolve. Pawn Stars was more than just a TV show, it was a cultural institution, and now it's a cautionary tale. Subscribe to this channel for more breakdowns of how fame and media conceal darker truths. Public outrage and betrayal. The audience backlash was immediate and overwhelming. Forums, news sites, and YouTube comments were flooded with messages of betrayal. Fans who had watched Corey grow up on screen felt personally deceived. He wasn't just a TV personality. He was someone they trusted. The revelation of human trafficking pushed many over the edge. Viewers couldn't reconcile the cheerful man from TV with the man implicated in such atrocities. Even defenders began to fall silent. Corey's public apology in court, soft-spoken and remorseful, did little to calm the fury. To the public, it was too little too late. The betrayal was too deep. Don't let this story fade into silence. Subscribe now to make sure these stories never disappear. Devastation of Corey's family. Behind the courtroom drama lies a quiet, heartbreaking collapse of Corey's family life. His wife, once fiercely loyal, now faces raising their children in the shadow of her husband's crimes. The children, still too young to understand, will grow up haunted by a last name associated with scandal. Extended family members have distanced themselves. Friends have gone silent. The name Harrison, once associated with laughter and legacy, is now whispered with shame. This isn't just the fall of a man, it's the emotional disintegration of a family. Stay subscribed to follow what happens to the rest of the Harrison legacy. This story isn't over. The legacy that crumbled overnight at its height, the Harrison family represented the best of television success. A rags to riches story powered by hard work and a touch of wit. But in the blink of an eye, that story was replaced with one of deception, crime, and irreversible loss. Corey Harrison's sentence is a chilling reminder that fame is not immunity, and legacy means nothing without integrity. As viewers, it's time we hold those in the spotlight to higher standards. What began as entertainment has ended in tragedy. This is your reminder to never take things at face value. Subscribe now, because the next story we uncover might be even bigger. For a YouTube video edit.